Hey, soul loves, it's Kimberly with Celestial Juju. And today we're going to talk about this transit of Jupiter into Gemini. So, Jupiter only, well, it takes Jupiter 13 months in in a house. Okay. Well, the houses, your 12 houses that go around. So, he's in a house for 13 months. He goes and visits. He's like he's not as nomadic as some of them, but that's how long he comes to visit when he comes in and roots himself into the expansion. So he's went from Taurus. He's saying goodbye to Taurus, the more stabilizing energy. Look at all the changes that we've seen with this last ingress into Taurus, because Taurus is about earthly stabilization, things that you use practically in the 3D. And Jupiter brought that expansion, and we had all the AI stuff. And so now it's going to be moving into Gemini, and it's not been in Gemini since 2012. So what was your year of that June 2012 to June 2013? That is the flavor where that energy is for you as we go through these transits now. So that's where we're at. That's the energy of that. So this we're going to talk about the influence of this on the collective, and then what it is for you individually, and what this energy, what this new era and this new energy can mean, since it's not been there in that time period. So Jupiter is the planet of growth. It's the planet of abundance. It's the planet of expansion. It's also a master, it's also a teacher. It brings that energy in too. So it's going to be here until June 2000, the June 9th, 2025. So it promises to accelerate our lives and pushing us forward towards quick thinking and dynamic communications and abundant ideas. So here's what you can expect in the coming year, and how the Jupiter in Gemini will influence each zodiac sign is what we're going to go over today. So the overview: the world is set to move at a quickened pace with Jupiter now in Gemini. It's going to change over from that slower moving energy, because its journey through Taurus emphasized financial stability, resourcefulness, and Taurus's down to earth energies, coupled with the fact that Uranus was also visiting in the same home. They were like sharing space during that time period. So it brought pathways. It brought us closer to our future. Like I said, it brought in all the AI stuff come in during that time period, Bitcoin, what happened during that time period, and what will the effect be on that. And now everything you learn, you're going to take that in with the Gemini energies and integrate it with your communications. So with it being in Gemini, it's revolutionary too. It's been, with the Uranus in Taurus, I'm flipping back and forth. It opened unexpected pathways for us. And now, as it buzzes through Gemini, there'll be a surge of ideas in a faster mental pace. And Jupiter in Gemini, though technically debilitated, that means Jupiter doesn't like it there because it's too squirrel. It's too squirrel, too many things coming at once. But it also has its perks. It can expand your mental horizons, but beware of the short attention span. is you'll be getting downloads a whole lot even faster if you weren't already. So it could also increase your boredom. So there'll be attention span because it's like I said, squirrel brain. It's like, what's this? What's that? Oh, my mom wants to go here. It would rather get this in. So, and also Gemini is a social energy and it'll be amplified, encouraging us to ground our ideas and focus on long-term planning. So this year's long transit will probably impact the mutable signs because Gemini is a mutable sign. So all of its brotherhood and sisterhood of mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, and wherever you have those in your own chart. Everyone will experience it different because of their own natal chart and the significant growth that it can bring in during this time period, because Gemini will undergo also their Jupiter return at the time of personal expansion and luck. So I created a whole crystal grid affirmation journaling prompts. I did it for this full moon energy that we're in right now, but it's about how to call Jupiter is in there. So you could set your intentions for the whole year, even, use this kind of energy like you would a vision board or something. And what is it that you would like to expand and receive the energies from Jupiter, and then you'll have a fulcrum and a place to send this. So go and check that one out. Um, and you can use it as your tool, however it is that you choose to use it. There's affirmations for every sign, but you got all 12 of those signs yourself, so you could use all of them. Okay, so Jupiter is the great benefic. And it's known for its abundance and also for teaching about about excessive energy. As Jupiter enters Gemini, the energy will feel scattered, and it's going to emphasize the duality and the multiplicity. This transit is about learning to manage numerous options and enhancing communication skills. So the key dates of the transits for this year that you can make a little note about is, well, it enters into on May 25th, 2024, and enters into Gemini, marking the start of this dynamic, intellectually stimulated period. And it's not, the last time it was here was 2012. So, whatever that theme was, what were the themes in your life during that time period? You can go back and look. August 19th, 2024, Jupiter's going to square Saturn retrograde, why Saturn's retrograde, prompting necessary changes. So you're going to feel that energy of that. And then on October the 9th, 2024, Jupiter stations retrograde in Gemini. So it's going to be a time of reflection and revision. And December the 24th, Jupiter square Saturn again, urging a shift perspective and boundaries, and whatever this energy may come up again of whatever you dealt with when it did that prior square to Saturn. And then on February the 4th, 2025, it's going to station direct out of retrograde, resuming its forward momentum. So that's the overall energies and the dates for the year. So this year will be a time of rapid growth change driven by Jupiter's transit through Gemini. So embrace the dynamic energy, stay flexible, and enhance your communication skills to navigate this exciting period. Whether you're initiating new projects or forging important connections or reflecting on your personal journey, Jupiter and Gemini will propel you towards greater intellectual social expansion. Okay, peeps, now we're going to go through all signs and what this theme is for you and the house that it will be in for you. I'm sorry if my that I'm in Gemini Jupiter energy I'm at my parents' and one of my computers crashed, and so I'm dealing with what I can deal with, plus dementia and congestive heart failure. So, so if I feel a little scattered and the squirrels have taken me over, that's what's going on with me, and y'all are just gonna have to bear with me during these time periods. So we're gonna move on to all signs if I can find both of my screens at the same time. Okay. So, right before we move into all signs, this is my public service announcement. Go back, watch the energies, watch the ones that I've already done, and then you will have a flavor of what's going on, because this is not, none of these are a one-time thing or separate. There's a flow and journey for your map and what it is that you're integrated on this soul journey. Okay, I am Kimberly Crow. I am a Western astrologer using whole sign system for this energy analysis. So listen up to your big three, your rising sign. You got to know your birth time to know that one. It's what time you arrived on the planet and the stars that were above you and what you come in to integrate for your soul's growth. It's all about your subconscious. It's all about you and who you are. Your sun sign is the day you were born. It's what you reflect out into the world, the stage, and what's reflected back to you. Also, can be your father in your chart and male authority figures. Your moon is your emotional IQ. It's how you want to be nurtured in your body, how you nurture others, and it can represent your mother in your chart. So here we go. Aries, you don't have to go far to have an adventure. Not once that Jupiter enters into Gemini, it will expand upon your third house of communication, loyalty, learning. And at first, you might wonder how your immediate surroundings could get any better. Jupiter Gemini will encourage you to look at your world with curious, childlike lens. Having different perspective of your environment could be opening to many new doors for you. You might become more involved in your community or even take it upon yourself to learn something new for as long as these energies are upon you. You could have some upbeat energies of discovery. Even take it upon yourself to learn something new for fun. For as long as you have an upbeat look, you can discover so much, Aries. That Jupiter in Gemini activates that third house of communication, siblings, and short travel. Individuals will find their communicative abilities amplified, making it an ideal time for writing sales and building connection. The focus will be on expressing new ideas innovatively and nurturing relationships with your siblings, with your neighbors. And this period will spark Aries inherited curiosity, leading to potential growth in intellectual pursuits. Taurus, tried true may not be enough for you anymore. Having a range of options and being multifaceted could enhance your financial state. Luckily, you may have a chance to experiment with when Jupiter is in Gemini, as it enters your second house of personal finances and value system. You're open to something new. Jupiter and Gemini will bring it. However, you might need a bit more flexible and open mindedness to reap the rewards. It could be a kind of scary to take such leap of faith with your finances, but trying new things and opening yourself up to new opportunities could lead to so much more abundance. Taurus, this experience of Jupiter's transit through your second house of self worth and finances, this phase could bring this financial growth and opportunities to improve your earnings. You're encouraged to voice your value, and especially in professional settings. Investments and financial ventures could be favorable during this time period with an emphasis on exploring new income streams. Gemini, see what speaks to your true self. You should have a rather lucky year once Jupiter enters Gemini and your first house of identity. With Jupiter on your side, you may have larger than life presents. Since you'll receive more attention than usual, you may want to figure out what you want to get your attention for. You could become noticed for how you look, you act, or your identity. Although others may comment on how much you're changing, you shouldn't pay any attention to them. Don't pay any mind to them. Their mind is their mind. Jupiter in Gemini is here to remind you that you will flourish if you're true to yourself and you do all that you can do for you. For Gemini, this transit is particularly significant as Jupiter crosses your sun, your moon, or your ascendant. It's time for personal expansion, new beginnings, and self discovery. Geminis will feel a boost in your creativity and your communication skills. However, you should be wary of overthinking and to maintain the balance between your intellectual pursuits and your spiritual growth. Cancer. You'll find Jupiter in your 12th house. That's the inner world, the subconscious mind, all of the different realms, bringing a focus on spirituality, introspection, and inner growth. It's an ideal time for engaging in spiritual practices, meditation, and creative endeavors behind the scene. This period is about closing out old chapters and preparing for new beginnings. When Jupiter enters into Cancer, it's time to do some self work for you. This period is about closing on old chapters and preparing for new beginnings. You have a whole year before Jupiter enters into Cancer. So, this time period with it in Gemini, it's about doing self work. As Jupiter enters Gemini, this will touch your 12th house of hidden talents, hidden weaknesses, and self undoing. The next year will have a subconscious effect on your life thanks to Jupiter's presence in your secretive 12th house. You may become more in touch with your inner world. It can help you work through your deep seated mindsets and belief systems that could hold you back. Once you peel away the layers and realize your hidden strengths, don't be afraid to come undone at the seams if it helps you to become a better version of yourself. Leo, new friends and communities are waiting for someone like you, Leo. Your social calendar will be blessed once this Jupiter in Gemini bestows abundance on your 11th house of greater community, dreams, and network. The next year could do wonders for your social life and serendipitously opportunities to connect with new and old friends will pop up. The catch 22 is being open to whoever and whatever comes up. You never know where there'll be an interaction and where that interaction may lead you. You may be pleasantly surprised if you don't have any expectations for your social outings. Who knows? Maybe the lucky connection could lead to more. You will enjoy this Jupiter's transit through your 11th house. It's going to bring social and network expansion phase. It's going to be a time to engage with communities, participate in group activities, and form meaningful collaboration. Leos are encouraged to explore your social circles, attend events, and possibly step into leadership roles within your community. Virgo, Jupiter and Gemini brightens the 10th house of career and public image. This period marks a significant career growth, potential promotions, and enhanced public visibility. Virgos are encouraged to showcase your skills and your ideas in your professional communication will be particularly effective during this time period. It's a time to pursue career goals with confidence and clarity. You'll be asking yourself, like, which vocation speaks to you, Virgo? Particularly effective during knowing you're likely currently juggling at least two professional paths. As Jupiter in Gemini opens your 10th house of career and success, you may find yourself leaning towards one path more so than the other. Year will encourage you to expand up on the career paths that you feel the calling. You feel it, you hear it, you know it, the calling. Listen for the calling. However, you may need to make some cuts in what you want to focus on during this time period, especially when Jupiter goes into retrograde. By the time Jupiter stations direct again, um, you may have a better idea about which career path you want to focus on. Libra, anyone could be your next teacher. You're in for a year of learning when Jupiter in Gemini broadens your ninth house of higher education, travel, and spiritual journey. This next year could expose you to so much more as long as you have an open, expanded mind. You could take on an educational venture like a mentorship or course. Teachers and teaching moments could also occur outside the classroom. Traveling might be your best teacher, especially if it opens your worldview. No matter who you learn from or where you go, you're bound to learn something new that can be applied to your spiritual journey. You will experience this energy all throughout that ninth house, emphasizing the expansion through travel, higher learning, and philosophical exploring as an excellent period for Librans to encourage education pursuits and travel for growth and explore different cultures and belief system. The focus is on broadening your horizons and embracing the diverse perspectives that will expand for you during this time period. Scorpio, for Scorpions, this Jupiter and Gemini transit in the eighth house of transformation, shared resources, and deeper connections. This period encourages Scorpios to delve into psychological studies to explore your inner workings and potentially experience financial gains through investments or partnerships. It's a time for profound personal transformation and exploring the depths of intimate relationships. How can you stay on top of your finances during this time period with this being, in your eighth house? That's your shared resources with other people. There'll be a lot to consider when Jupiter bolsters that eighth house of depth and assets. That can also be inheritances. It could be inheritance coming in for you. However, it might be a fine line to walk. You could be excited about your new financial ventures and opportunities, especially if you have goals in mind, but it could be a lot of multitasking during this time period. It might even be challenging to follow financial advice of several people or advising different methods and adventures. Stay up to date with your financial literacy and make the best decisions. Hopefully, this Jupiter transit will enhance your abundance. Sagittarius, there are plenty of fish in the sea. Sagittarius, there is a plethora of options that will be available to you once Jupiter in Gemini blesses your seventh house of commitment, partnerships, and contracts. That's your ruler. Okay. From now on until next year, your professional and romantic opportunities could take off. New partnerships or work opportunities may flood into your life. You could have a chance to expand up on current relationships or find someone new. Since you have the pick of the litter, you should think about what your perfect romantic or professional arrangement entails for you. Knowing that you want to help weed out some unworthy relationships and commitments, you will find this energy of your seventh house highlighting the partnerships, both romantic and business. Sagittarians will find Jupiter in their seventh house, highlighting the partnerships, both romantic and business. It's a favorable period for new relationships or deepening the existing connections, possibly marriage or formal commitments. For Sagittarius, this transit is about finding balance in partnerships and learning from others. Capricorn experiences Jupiter through your sixth house of daily routines, health and work environment. That's where your expansion is going to be. This period brings opportunity to improve work conditions, foster better relationships with colleagues, and focus on health and wellness. Capricorns are encouraged to refine their daily routines for better productivity and well being. Capricorn, can you handle it? Life will throw you one thing after another when Jupiter is in Gemini, amplifying that sixth house of work routine and health. You may feel like there's so much to do and so little time to do during this transit time period for this whole year. Before you jump in, take a second breath. Jupiter and Gemini will help you use your adaptability and problem solving skills to your advantage. If you play your cards right, you could have a very productive year. You could handle multiple jobs at once while keeping up with your routine. Your physical health and well being could even improve during this time period if you apply the expansion into your knowledge that you have now. Okay, of yourself and your body. Aquarius, you will have so much to be happy about during this time period. You may not see it yet, but with Jupiter in Gemini, it will magnify your fifth house of pleasure, romance, creativity, and sex. Once you get out of your comfort zone, your life could bloom. Definitely during this transit, you could become involved in several new hobbies and passion projects. If you try to bring new things in, it could lead to new romantic opportunities. You could go on more dates this year and the next year if you're in the quest to find the new one. This could be exploring energies, could encourage you to be more sexually open and curious with those avenues of life and just curious with all your creativity and what life has to offer you. So this energy in your fifth house during this year will be a time of creative, expressive, romantic, and enjoying life's pleasures. It's an ideal phase for exploring hobbies, engaging in artistic pursuits, and potentially welcoming new additions in the family. Aquarians are encouraged to express yourself freely and embrace the joy of the creativity. Pisces. For Pisces, Jupiter in Gemini lights up your fourth house of home, family, and emotional foundations. This transit could bring changes in living situations such as moving or reinvented, being reinventive with your spaces. It could be a deeper connection with family members. It's a period for you to focus on your personal life and creating a nurturing and comfortable home environment. So, what does home mean to you, Pisces? Open your mind when Jupiter in Gemini graces that fourth house of family and home. This next year could change your foundation in ways you never expected. You may create a family of your own, be it biological or your chosen ones. It feels more like your chosen ones. It depends on how much self work you've already done. Your family ties could also change for the better. Whether you where you live could be enhanced with this kind of feeling of family connection. You could get lucky and find the perfect place to settle down in. However, there will be a lot of moving parts in your personal life. Although it may be hectic, you may feel at home at the end of this transit. So, dear ones, We are here now. It's time to set, to ground this in. Can we ground in Jupiter and Gemini? That's like riding the tail of a dragon or maybe the tail of a kite. So it's more about that. It's more about, can you ride the tail of the kite? Can you embody enough grace to ride the tail of the kite? Because it's about the wind blowing you and going with the flow of the energy. Okay? So let's breathe that in and ground that in. And I said ground again. I don't know how else to say it. Embody it. Embody in the energy of the flight of the expansion and what that brings to you in the house and the theme that it was for you personally, or whatever it is that you choose to blow that breath of air into. So it's about the breath of life and what that energy is and how you want to bring that through your own communication. So breathe that in. And we're going to drop that energy. We're going to blow it. We're going to blow the energy. We're going to use the winds of the Gemini connected to the Jupiter expansion. And we're going to blow that through our body, out through our field, all the way down like a parachute now, landing into the heart of Gaia herself, into that keyhole that's yours. That when you signed up to be here on Earth, you knew that that place was there for you. And that if you remember and you connect it, you will remember the journey and what this is all about for you and what you are bringing as the gift to humanity. So may you be blessed on this journey and this year of Jupiter in Gemini and the journey that it brings to you. So this is Kimberly with Celestial Juju. Thank you. Like, share, comment, do all those things that you do. And may you ride this transformation with grace and the light that you are. Be blessed.